Hi everyone, I'm Kennedy and I'm going to start us off today. We're going to be looking at the statistics about quality education and why it's important. First, we'll look at only 50% of people who graduate with a high school diploma go on to further education, which is actually pretty low in my opinion even nowadays. There's 8% of people in the world that do not complete primary school, 16% that do not complete lower secondary, and 35% do not complete upper secondary. These make you question kind of what can we do? Well, let's turn to the Sustainable Development Goal number 4 to find out, which is to ensure inclusive and equitable quality education and promote lifelong learning opportunities for all.
Across our country, there is the issue of the lack of quality education, especially for children or students that may be affected by diverse learning disabilities. This is why Able Academy stood out to me. The mission of this organization is to support differently abled learners to reach their maximum potential through intensive applied behavior analysis therapy, specialized education, family training, and community outreach. With the guidance of the operations director, Kim Razor, I was able to schedule 3 different school days with the students attending the academy. My first visit was with the early intervention program, and it included students as young as 3 to 6 years old. It was really cool to see that the teachers helped the kids in different ways to try and work through the challenges that they faced with their learning disabilities. It seemed like the students each received a different teaching style because the teachers understood the challenges they each faced individually. My second visit was with the secondary school team, and it included students ages 13 to 18 years old. This visit was a lot different than my first because the older students were really excited to see and meet someone new. The students were able to practice introducing themselves and talking to new people. In one of the class sessions, the teacher had a list of questions for the students to be able to ask me to practice their conversation skills. It was really cool to hear them ask questions about college and being a student, and to hear them say that they had a lot of interest in going someday. My third visit will be with the primary students, which include students ages 6 to 12. The foundational elements of engagement that guided my work with this organization were serving, giving, and leading, because I was able to serve and give my time to the children and students by helping them with their work and activities and leading them in conversations. The skills of civic engagement that I used were civic dialogue, because I was able to network and meet new people that are actively engaged every day in our community for the betterment of our education system. The project taught me a lot of new skills on how to communicate and to reach out to new people in the community. It also taught me to be grateful for my own capabilities and to show empathy and careness for others that are in more need. This project impacted me in such a positive way, and it made me understand the hardships that others in our community go through on a day-to-day basis. The students at Able Academy were also impacted because they got the opportunity to ask questions they had about being a college student. This project was overall a huge learning opportunity for me, and I was able to gain more communication skills and more relationships.
While volunteering at IMAG History and Science Center, I learned many important things about providing quality education to youth. One of the days I volunteered, IMAG held their Science Saturday event, which is an event held the first Saturday of every month where they have activities and presentations to teach its visitors about different things in science. During this event, I worked at a table where I taught guests what they could do to help save the Earth and the Arbor Day holiday. One of the ways I did this was by providing a coloring book and a word search that taught them about some of the ways to help the Earth, such as reusing grocery bags and recycling, as well as explaining some of the things from the coloring book more in depth. I learned from this that everyone learns differently, and you might need to educate some people in a different way than other people. I now believe that if we are going to provide everyone with quality education, we need to learn about all the different ways of teaching people and get out of the mindset that there is only one way to learn things.
At the IMAG History and Science Center, I got to work with a lot of students on field trips. During this time, it was apparent that the students had an eagerness to learn with hands-on activities that they would not have access to in their own school system. I got to show and help them build models in the engineering space, along with explaining the history of Southwest Florida with the VR stimulators and displays on the walls. Afterwards, many of the children left with a new understanding of science and history that they could not wait to go home and brag to their parents about. This showed me that there are several teaching methods that can contribute to a better quality of education, and a place like IMAG is important to our community to give this our future generation that may not have access to.
At IMAG, I set out to learn more about education in different ways. I contacted their volunteer director, Lilly Phillips, and she set me up with a plan for each day that I was there. My project objective was to better understand what IMAG did to educate and why they did it. I used serving primarily when I was at IMAG. I spent time observing and assisting with their day-to-day operations. I had used many civic engagement skills, such as civic dialogue, through my experience there, as I was in front of a lot of young students that were eager to learn. During my time at IMAG, I learned that our community needs places like this to ensure students can get an experience they normally wouldn't get. I even got to witness a pretty cool live animal show that I'll show here.
It's been basically drained and the water's been diverted to different areas, so the animals are going to be diverted as well. So if we move the water...
And we even had a cool science experiment show.
In mine and Jazmin's time at the Little Eagle Center, we both had very similar experiences between leadership and really seeing the effects that taking care of these children has had on our classmates and our teachers. These are children of our community members, and seeing the domino effect it has had all the way back up into our own professors and into our own education has been very, very endearing, and has really brought forth how important quality education is and how it can affect other people even outside of the people we are teaching.